Hello, good morning, good afternoon, you lovely, lovely people. We've got another one, haven't we? We've got another case of another vlogger who is an American dude, and he's in Cebu, in the police station now, in Cebu, for allegedly punching his girlfriend, or his on the first date, and allegedly stabbing her as well. Now this guy's only young, he's only 26 years old, and from what I can gather, what I've been reading about is it was a first date with this girl, and they went for a meal and everything was good, and then they went to a bar and he got drunk and then allegedly punched her in the face. Don't know why. There is never an excuse to punch a lady in the face, is there? Come on. And then allegedly stabbing her, and I've just seen some footage. He was walking down the street and there was a load of men. He was going to fill him in, but the video was cut because he was videoing it. But come on, people, what's happening? What's happening in the Philippines right now with all of these vloggers? Do they actually think that they can just, come here and do what the hell they want? Or do they want to make these videos and then spend a bit of time in prison? They're spending the time in prison, so when they come out, they can, document their videos to make money, like Evitali is right now. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Why do they want to come over here and cause trouble like that and get themselves in real bad trouble? Because cruelty to the Women and Children Act here is a very, very serious offence. So I don't think he'd be going back to his home country soon, do you? Why are they doing it? I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Anyway, I think that the laws might be changing a little bit towards us vloggers because of what's happening right now. I don't know what changes they could possibly bring in, but as long as we've got freedom of speech and we aren't being derogatory to Filipinos, I don't think it would affect the likes of most of us who are doing vlogs here in the Philippines. But you don't know what they're going to be doing. But looking at, I think it's true, when someone said to me, the West don't send the best, and I think there is something in that. I really do. When I first heard that expression from the guy he didn't send it like as a PM, he said on one of my comments, and I thought, nah, guy, the West not sending the best, you can't be discriminate like that. But I think there is something in it. I really do. Do you know, once upon a time, and I'm not being awfully, stupid people used to hide away, didn't they? You never used to see a lot of stupid people. But these days, it's like there are more and more of them. More and more stupid people. I'm on about these vloggers and that are coming here. It's like being stupid now is the in thing. Like doing as many derogatory videos as you can for clicks is the in thing. And sadly, this is what a lot of watchers are wanting. They wanting, I think, vloggers to take things to the extreme. Because obviously many people will be bored with just normal vlogs. But what a world we are living in. Like I said before, good news and happy news, not a lot of people want to hear about that. They want to hear about drama and things that are... Oh, look at this, by the way, people. This is an ice cream. And it's so solid that I can't put a spoon in it right now. So I'm going to do this video and then I'm going to indulge in that. And that was 75 pesos. Chocolate and vanilla mix. I get them almost every day. I'm not the healthiest of people, am I? I'm not, but I don't care. My cholesterol is normal. My blood pressure is a little bit high, but doesn't need medication. And I think it's because I get that white coat syndrome. When I go to the doctors, I start to shit myself because I get nervous. I've always been the same, so my blood pressure elevates a bit. But no, I'm going to eat that. I'm looking forward to it. If you was here, I might even give you a spoonful. I might, but you're not, so you can't. It's all Stevens. But I think that stupid people now are just, I think it's because, what do you, I mean, this new guy, this like American guy, this vlogger, he's got a TikTok channel and all that kind of things. I don't know his name on there. I think it's Jeremiah something. And apparently he was arrested by the police when he was doing a live stream. He was arrested by the police doing that. But I can't find that live stream that he was doing before he was arrested. So, but watch this space, people, or watch this space on the news. Don't watch this space because I don't give updates very often. But watch that. And also Vitaly now is in America, and apparently it does look like he did have a secret phone in the prison. Secret. Well, was it secret? I don't know. But now immigration are looking into it. The commissioner of immigration at this moment in time, he's looking into how he had the phone, who gave him the phone, who allowed it, and of course the all important question, how did he charge it? Because I'm sure in a cell in the Philippines there is not a charging point. I'm sure there's not, because they would probably like electrocute the prisoners. The prisoners would probably like electrocute each other, especially a foreign prisoner, But Vitaly now has been really derogatory towards Filipinos. It's absolutely terrible. He got off light. The Philippine system wanted rid of him. And how does he repay them back? He repays them back by slagging the place off. But there you go. It's clicks, it's views, which is what you want. And he's getting it. He's making a lot of money. And this is what I'm thinking, is these vloggers here to do something so serious where they do get arrested and spend a bit of time in prison, and then when they get out of prison they can document it and get millions of clicks? I don't know. I really don't know, but it's just, I can't figure out these stupid people. I really can't. Stupid is stupid. You can't fix stupid. And that's very, very true indeed. But as I said, stupid people before used to hide away, didn't they? They weren't like highlighting the fact that they were doing stupid things to get paid for it, but now they do. And I can't categorize them in any other way. They've got to be stupid to do what they do. And us people, us viewers, really enjoy watching what they do, because they taken it to the limit. It's like an adrenaline junkie, they do something that builds up their adrenaline, and the heart's beating fast, and then they want to do something more, they keep pushing the boundaries. And this is what happened to a lot of these vloggers, and I think there's going to be a lot more of them, not just here in the Philippines, but I think all over the place, and there already is. I think I mentioned that a young guy who suddenly went missing when he went to Mexico, and he was with the cartels, and there was another, and he was slagging them off anyway. He was warned, and I think it was a couple of years ago that, but I remember watching one of his videos, and he was just mental, the things he was saying about the cartels, and he was in their territory anyway. Like I said, he went missing, he paid the price, body's still never being found. And the other guy, I think he was a British guy, he went to, was it Afghanistan or somewhere, with the Taliban anyway, and he was with them, and he'd been there a few times, and he said that he got on very well with the Taliban. And of course this time he went, he was kind of taking the piss out of the Taliban, and putting on his live streams, and of course he was killed, I think, and they found his body, I believe. But what's going to happen is, when the more foreigners that do damage here, the less we are going to be welcome, not just by the government and the officials, but by these welcoming people, by these hospitable Filipinos. They will get sick of it. It's like the British are getting sick of the illegals, the asylum seekers, and there is resentment towards that. But the difference is, people, in England, the asylum seekers and the illegals are protected more than the citizens. Whereas we are not allowed to say anything untoward towards an illegal. Here, we say something untoward about a Filipino and we get into trouble. And that's how it should be. It should be like that in England, but it's not. The person who says something untoward because an illegal has done something wrong, then the British person has to go to court and stand trial for saying what he said. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's arse about face. So here, they've got it right. We are in their country and we should not be saying derogatory things about Filipinos. We can say how we find it here, but not to talk on a whole about how Filipinos are. I've never found anything bad about Filipinos. I really haven't. Once you get to know how they work and how they tick, which I don't think I'll ever get to the bottom of it, but I kind of know a little bit more than I did when I come here, then you just know, you know what I mean? You end up buying the drinks. We know that, but what's the big deal in that? If you don't want to sit with them expecting to buy the drinks, then don't sit with them. No one's forcing us to, are they? But on the whole, it's like today, got to say today, I was dreading my journey down to Osamis to do my annual report. But I thought I'd try this online meeting, this virtual meeting. So this morning I went onto the immigration website, signed in with my details, and went to fill out all the forms, the online forms, did all that. And then he said, to book a schedule. So I booked today at 12 o'clock. And 12 o'clock came, and I thought, well, I haven't paid for it yet. So I didn't know how it worked. But anyway, 12 o'clock, there's a link. You click into this, and they use Google Meet. And then you wait for them to invite you in. And you get there, and there's loads of us. There's loads of foreigners on the screens. Loads of us. And then there's this lady talking to us, this immigration official, talking to you. And then she says, to put in the number that you get. When you've filled out the online form, you get a number. So it's being accepted. Now you're waiting for validation. So you put that in, and then she says, "I'll, wait for an immigration officer to validate you." Anyway, I was only waiting for a few seconds, and ding dong, I come in, and you click to join, and he's just asked me a few questions, and I had to. He said, "Is your wife there?" I said, "Yeah, she's here." He says, "Can I see her?" I said, "Yeah, of course you can." So my wife went. Said, "It probably doesn't happen to a lot of you, but it happened to me." And then she sat there in front of the camera and he asked a few questions in for Saya, like, does your husband there look after you? And she said, yeah, thankfully. And that was it. And then at the end of that interview, that's when you pay. And he waits, he sends you the payment link. And it was like 1,310 pesos or something. So it cost you 1,000 pesos. But it would cost me more than 1,000 pesos. Not financially out the pocket. It would cost me about 800 to go to Osamis on the bus and back. But it's the time. It's the time out your life and the queuing up. Here, no, done. So in future, I'll be doing my annual report online from the comfort of my house. It's painless, people. It's painless. But I was under the impression it was for a certain age. Someone said to me, no, you can only do it if you're 60. Well, I'm not 60, you don't have to be 60. It can be any age. And the guy, the immigration officer said, the reason they've set it up is for people like me who's in remote places. But anyone can use it, I believe, I think. Well, I did, no problem at all. And confirmation. And you get a confirmation, you get like a receipt in your email. It's all done, all done. So it might be something for you guys to consider. If you live in a remote place and it's going to cost you a little bit to get to the satellite office or the main office, whichever you have to do it at. So yeah, that's it really, people. It's just more shit in the Philippines through vloggers. And this guy actually stabbed, punched her twice apparently, and then it's been rumoured that he stabbed her. Now, this guy's going to prison. There is no doubt about that. This guy is not going back to his own country for a long time. What do they think? What is these people thinking? What are they thinking? I know what's going to happen. What's going to happen is, besides maybe tightening up on us vloggers, is when people do come into the country, before they come into the country, they might do like America does, like Britain does, where if you've got any kind of criminal record, you can't come in. Or if it's a small criminal record, you have to tell them about it, and then they might ask you some questions, you know. And if it's a long time ago and it was a small criminal offence, you're probably okay. But this is what they should be doing here. I know it doesn't stop everyone, because everyone hasn't got a criminal record and they come to foreign countries and do wrong. But I think that's what they should do, is vet people coming into the Philippines more closely, instead of letting any Tom, Dick and Harry in. I think the only things that stop foreigners coming to the country now is things that's on you know, the worldwide register. You know what I'm talking about. And I think that pops up on any system around the world. But I think they should make it a bit harder, not harder, but screen people a little bit more intensely before they let people in. I think it'll stop a lot of these crazy people, because Vitali had a criminal record, didn't he? I don't know about Pro-Life Traveller. Maybe. I don't know about this guy that's done this American guy. But if they haven't got a criminal record, why do they come here and commit crime? It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, people, look, my ice cream has melted it. Look. Oh. I wish I could share it with you people, but I can't. And after that first mouthful, I'm going to go, because that is so delicious. See you later, people. Take good care of yourselves wherever you are, whatever you do, and stay lucky. Bye-bye.